Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter rational numbers, right? So let's just start with the chapter rational numbers. So what do you know about the rational numbers? What are the rational numbers? So rational numbers are the numbers that can be written in the form P by Q, right? You can note down the definition. Rational numbers are the numbers that can be written in the form P by Q, right? Like you can write them in the fractional form, right? So P and Q both are integers. P and Q both are integers, right? So that is the definition of the rational numbers. Rational numbers are the numbers that can be written in the form P by Q, and P and Q both are the integers, right? So let's just start with the chapter rational numbers. Okay, so some of the examples of the rational numbers are 5 over 6 is a rational number. 8 over 9 is a rational number. And the numbers that are not rational are known as irrational numbers, right? So all the numbers that can be written in the form A by B are the rational numbers, and the numbers that cannot be written in the form A over B are the irrational numbers, or simply you can say the numbers that are not rational are irrational, right? So let's just start with the first one, identify rational and irrational numbers. Let's just do the practice questions. Okay, you can see, is 3 by 2 a rational number? Yes, it is. That is already written in the form P by Q, so that is a rational number, right? Then is 7.140 a rational number? That is a fraction. Sorry, that is a decimal number. But terminating decimal. Terminating decimal means 7.140. The decimal numbers are completed, not continue, right? So that is the rational number, right? If the number is repeating or non-terminating, then that is not the decimal, right? Okay, is negative 1 whole 1 over 4 a rational number? Yes, it is a rational number, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Is 3 an irrational number? Irrational. Irrational means not rational. So 3 is an irrational number? No, 3 is a rational number, right? You can write 3 over 1. So 3 is a rational number. Any number that do not have any denominator, that means its denominator is 1. Is negative 7 a rational number? That means that is a negative number, right? Is it a rational number? Yes, it is. You can write 7 over 1, so it is a rational number? No? Hold on. What does 7 bar means? Which is 2.64? I think that is square root 7. Hold on, let me check. That is square root 7. Yes, it is square root 7, right? So square root 7 is not a rational number. Got it? Do not that now the confusion is over. That is the square root, right? So square root 7 is not a rational number. Irrational it is. Got it? Okay, the next one is 8 by 9 a rational number? The correct option is yes. It is already written in the form a by b, so yes, it is a rational number, right? Oh, the question is 8 by 9 an irrational. No, it is not an irrational number, right? That is a rational number. It is already written in the form of fraction. So, no, it is not irrational, right? Okay, 5.452 a rational number, yes or no? Yes, it is a rational number, right? Because it is a terminating number and not repeating. So, that is a rational number. Is 9 by 2 irrational number? Irrational. No, 9 by 2 is a rational number. So, the correct option is 9 by 2 is a rational, not irrational, right? Is 2 by 7 a rational number? Yes, 2 by 7 is a rational number. Okay, the next one is 5 by 6 a rational number? The correct option is yes, it is a rational number, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just see which is the next one. The next one is write fractions in lowest terms. So, what do you mean to write the fractions in lowest terms? Writing fractions in lowest term means, for example, we have a fraction 15 over 20, right? Let's just see if we have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator. Do we have a common number? Yes, it is. We can divide the fraction by 5, right? Just divide the fraction by common number. 5 times 3 is 15 and 5 times 4 is 20. 3 by 4 is in the lowest form term. That means if the fraction have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator, that means you have to divide them by the common number. So lowest term means if numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. Lowest term means if the numerator and denominator have no common factor. You can see now other than 1. You can see now 3 by 4 do not have any common factor, right? No, not common denominator. Common denominator is different. You just have to see if numerator, if a fraction have a common number, common factor. Common factor means if they have a common number that can divide both numerator and denominator. If they have a common number, just divide them. Then they do not have any common number like 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is in the lowest form, right? The next one is 21 over 35. Do they have a common factor? Yes, they have the common factor 7. So that means this isn't in the lowest form because they have a common factor. Divide them by the common factor. Now 3 by 5 do not have any common factor. So 3 by other than 1. So 3 by 5 is in the lowest form, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Is 2 by 8 in lowest terms? No. The question is write 2 by 8 in lowest terms. So which is the correct option? Which number is common between 2 and 8? Yes, you have 2 common, right? Divide them by 2. 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 4 is 8, right? No, no, that is 2. Common number is 2. So the lowest term is 1 over 4, right? The correct option is 1 over 4. 2 is common. Be careful, right? Okay, write 6 by 8 in lowest term. So how do you write 6 by 8 in lowest term? That would be 3 by 4. You can divide them by 2, right? 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 4 it is. That would be 3 over 4. Write 6 by 9 in lowest terms. So which is the correct option? Three over two. 2 over 3. 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 times 3 is 9. It is 2 over 3. Not 3 over 2, right? 2 over 3 it is. Be careful. Right, 4 by 8 in lowest term. So which is the correct option? It's okay. That would be 1 over 2, right? Write 8 by 9 in lowest form. Which is the correct option? They do not have any common number, right? They are already in lowest form. No, no. Which number is common between 8 and 9? 8 is an even number, 9 is an odd number. Which number you are dividing, Patrick? They do not have any common factor other than 1, right? They are already in the lowest form. Got it? Write 1 by 6 in lowest terms. This is already in lowest form, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later. Today, let me just move on to next lesson. Least common denominator. What is least common denominator? Least common denominator is the smallest. Least means smallest, right? Least common denominator is the smallest of all the common denominators, right? For example, hold on. Okay, for example, you have two fractions, right? 1 by 3 and 1 by 6. You have to find the least common denominator of 1 by 3 and 1 by 6, right? Their denominators are 3 and 6. Let's just do 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. But we can write down the multiples of both the numbers 3 and 6, right? Let's just write down the multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 and then multiples of 6. Multiples are the tables, right? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12. These are the multiples of 3. The multiples of 6 are 6 times 1, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 13. So the smallest number that is common is 6. So their least common denominator is 6, right? So that means you have to make both the denominators equal to 6. That is 1 over 6. You can make this one 6 by multiplying it 2 by 2. So it would be 1 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. So that would be 2 over 6. So now 1 by 6 and 2 by 6 are the have the common denominators, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, what is the least common denominator of 5 by 6 and 5 by 12? Okay, let's see. You have 6 and 12, right? Write down the multiples of 6 and the multiples of 12. 6 times 1 is 6, 2 is 12, 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24. Then the multiples of 12 are 12 times 1, 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36. So you can see the smallest number common is 12. That means their least common denominator is 12, right? So the least common denominator is 12. Got it? The correct option is 12. Okay, what is the least common denominator? So which is the correct option? The correct option is you have to write down the multiples of 2 and 8. But let me just tell you a trick, right? You can see 2 and 8. 2 is smaller number and 2 times 4 makes 8, right? Like the smaller number is the multiple of greater number. Then the least common denominator is greater number, right? Because 2 times 4 makes 8. So 8 is the least common denominator of both the numbers, right? That would be 8. Very good. Yes, Patrick, that is 8. What is the least common denominator of 3 by 10 and 3 by 5? Which is the correct option? Where did rational come from? What do you mean? Can you please repeat your question? Write down the complete question. What you are asking about? 3 by 10 and 3 by 5. Hold on, hold on. Use the trick. The smaller number is 5, the greater is 10. And 5 times 2 is 10, right? So smaller number is the multiple of greater number. That means the least common denominator is the greater number. That would be 10. So the correct option is 10, 10, 10. It is not 15. The correct option is 10. How 15? Can you please explain? Just listen to me carefully. Just look at this example, right? 1 by 3 and 5 by 6. The smaller number is 3 and 3 times 2 makes 6, right? So the greater number is the least common denominator. Which is greater? No, not 3 times 5 is 15. The very easy way I am explaining. Just listen, right? You have to find the least common denominator of 1 by 3 and 1 by 5 by 6, right? Smaller number is 3 and 3 times 2 makes 6. That is the greater denominator, right? That means then LCD is 6, right? If you multiply the smaller number with any number and it makes the greater denominator, then that means the least common denominator is the greater number, the greater denominator, right? That would be then 6. 5 by 9 and 2 by 3, which is the correct option. If you apply the trick, you don't have to write the multiples. That would be very, very easy. See here you have 3 and 9. We know that 3 times 3 makes 9. So the LCD is 9. Greater number means the greater denominator, right? That would be 9. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 4 and 1 by 2? Which is the correct option? Very good. That would be 4. Just think logically, right? This isn't a trick. This is the way to think logically. When you do these things in your school, do your teacher tell you the same method like the tricks, or she's explain things logically? Yes, very good. That would be it. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 10 and 5 by 6? Which is the correct option? Now you can see 6 times no number makes 8, right? So you have to write down the multiples. Yes, that is 30. Very good. 11 by 12 and 1 by 4, which is the correct option? Patrick, this isn't 6 times 5. It is 30, but that doesn't mean you have to do 6 times 5. From where you got 6 and 5? You have to write down the multiples. 4 times 3 makes 12, right? But for the other one, 6 times 5, not. Okay, what is the least common denominator? I know that was for the other question. 48 is. How do you know? If you look at the multiples of 8, and 10. The least number that is common between both the numbers is 40. 1 by 2 and 1 by 10, which is the correct option. Yes, that would be very good. Which is the correct option? Very good, that is 10. What is the least common denominator of 1 by 6 and 11 by 12? Now, calculating LCD is very easy for you, isn't it? That is 12. Okay, very good. Round mixed numbers. Okay, 33 whole LCD least common denominator. No, LCM. Yes, they both are exactly same terms, right? You're writing multiples, right? But that is about because you can see there are fractions and they have the denominators. You're calculating the common denominator. That's why they just said LCD. So LCD and LCM is exactly same. They both are the same thing, right? Do not confuse. They both are LCM is basically LCM is basically LCD. Okay, what is 33 whole 3 by 4 round off to the nearest whole number, right? 33 is the whole number. Look at the fractional part, that is 3 by 4. If the fractional part is greater than 1 by 2, you have to round up. If it is less than 1 by 2, you have to round on the same whole number. So 3 over 4, it is greater than 1 by 2, right? Then you can round off 33 to 34, right? Okay, 4 whole 2 over 3, rounded to the nearest whole number, which is the correct option. 2 over 3, you have to compare 2 by 3 to 1 by 2. Which is greater, 2 by 3 or 1 by 2? 2 by 3, right? This is 1 over 2, right? And this is 2 over 3. So which is greater? 2 over 3 is greater than 1 over 2, right? That is a visual representation of 1 by 2 and 2 by 3 so that you guys cannot be confused. So then you have to round off 4 to 5. The correct option is 5. Got it? The correct option is 5. You have to round this number to 5. Got it? Okay, 3 over 16. 3 whole 3 over 16. Basically, you have to compare the, just listen to me carefully. You have to compare the fractional part with 1 by 2, right? If the fractional part is greater than 1 by 2, you have to round up. Round up means you have to add 1 to whole number. If it is less than 1 by 2, you have to round on the same whole number, right? Like for this one, you have 3 over 16 and 1 by 2. So you have to compare 3 by 16 to 1 by 2. So 3 by 16, the visual representation of 3 by 16 is like this. The total portions are 16, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and I don't know which one left. Okay, let's just make two parts, 1 and 1. So just three of them are colored, 1, 2, 3. Just this portion is colored. But 1 by 2 is like this. So which is greater, 1 by 2 or 3 by 6? Which is greater? 3 by 16 is less than 1 by 2. You can see very less portion is colored here, right? And here half of them is colored. So 3 by 16 is less than 1 by 2. So that means you have to round on the same whole number. So the correct option is 3, right? 3 by 16 is less than 1 by 2. So you have to round on the same whole number 3. Basically, you have to compare the fractions. Don't you know how to compare fractions? I just made a visual representation. Is 17 whole 9 by 18, 75 whole 9 by 18 rounded to the nearest whole number? 9 by 18 mean is equal to half. They both are equal. 9 over 18 and 1 by 2 are equal. So you have to round up. 9 by 18 and 1 by 2 are exactly equal. How do I know? Divide them by the common factor. The common factor is 9. So that is 1 over 2 and 1 over 2. So when they are equal, you have to round up. That would be rounded off to 76. Got it, or you still have any question? It is 76. 92 whole 4 over 15. So which is the correct option? 4 over 15 is less than 1 by 2, right? Because 15, making 15 portions, then just 4 are very small, then half. So that would be rounded off to same whole number, that is 92. Okay, 1 whole 8 over 11. 8 out of 11. 8 are so many portions. 8 out of 11 is greater than 1 by 2, right? So 1 whole 1 by 2 is rounded off to 1 whole 8 over 11 is rounded off to 2. The correct option is 2. 63 whole 2 over 11. So which is the correct option? 2 over 11 is less than 1 by 2. So you have to round on the same whole number, that would be 63. 2 whole 7 over 19. 7 over 19 is less than 1 by 2, right? So it would be rounded off to same whole number, that is 2. 1 whole 4 over 9. And 4 over 9 is less than 1 by 2. That means it is rounded off to 1. 33 whole 3 over 4. 3 over 4 is greater than 1 by 2, right? So it is rounded off to 34. 435 whole number 7 over 14. 7 over 14 is exactly equal to 1 by 2. So when both are equal, that means you have to round up. It would be rounded off to 436. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we're working on grade 8 math. The chapter we're working on is rational numbers. The lessons we have covered today are identify rational and irrational numbers, write fractions in lowest terms, least common denominator, and round mixed numbers. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That's your homework. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Right? So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions?